Carp Gurus, Cudmore Fisheries, George's Lake. Let's do it. Here we go then, guys. I'm now set up at Cudmore Fisheries on George's Lake. So I'm here for 3 days, so hopefully, as I've got a lot of time ahead of me, that should give me a really good chance of catching a few decent fish on this session. I've not fished George's Lake since October last year, and yeah, on that session I caught 3 fish and we've got a run. How about this one then, guys? Fish number 1, and yeah, this one is an absolutely pristine common. In fact, I'll just show you the other side. This fish deserves to be shown on both sides. Look at that, absolutely pristine. I've not weighed him, but I reckon it's around 17 to 18 pounds. So yeah, really is a great start. Rods have only been in around 2 hours and we've already had one. Anyway, as you can see, he wants to go back. So yeah, I'm going to slip him back, get the rod back out there, and hopefully I can catch another one. Well then, guys, as you've already seen, I've had a fish. So yeah, I was actually trying to do my first proper update of the session, but next minute the rod ripped off an hour away. So yeah, what an excellent start to the session, and what a stunning looking fish. Anyway, back to where we're at right now. So it's now around 7 p.m. The right hand rod has stayed in since it was first cast out when I arrived, so that rod's probably been in for around 4 hours now. And then the left hand rod, that's the rod that produced the fish. I'll go into more detail about where I'm fishing tomorrow, but yeah, the left hand rod was the rod that produced the fish, and after slipping back the common, obviously I got that rod back out on the spot as soon as possible. So these rods are now ready and set for the night ahead, and they're going to stay in all night until the morning, obviously, unless something happens during the night. I'm going for the boilie approach on this session. Solid bags work great at Cudmore, as you already know if you've watched some of my previous vlogs, but we're now just getting into June, so fish should be up for a feed. I know they've finished spawning, and it's raining a lot. It's literally just stopped now as I'm filming. Well, it's still raining lightly, but yeah, since I've been here, it's been really heavy rain. Probably right now is the lightest it's been since I've been here. So yeah, that was another reason I thought solid bags might not be the best bet. I know how to deal with it. I can double bag, I can use oils to slow down the melt time. But yeah, I just thought, go for the boilie approach. These fish should be up for a feed. And yeah, it seems that they are. We've had a fish within 2 hours, and I'm sure there's going to be many more. So this is going to be my last update of today. If something happens during the night, obviously I'll be right back at you. If not, my next update will be in the morning, and then I'll show you more of the peg, show you more of where I'm fishing, and yeah, I'll just generally go into a bit more detail and show you more of what I'm doing on this session. So yeah, that's about it for now. As I've said, if it happens during the night, I'll be right back at you. If not, my next update will be in the morning. Good morning, everyone. I'm sure you know what time it is. It's update time. So it's now around 11 o'clock, and last night nothing happened. So yeah, we're still on the one fish, and to be honest, I'm really surprised it didn't happen last night. I did hear fish crashing throughout the night. I don't know exactly where, but it was definitely nearby, but nothing happened. It was just quiet on the rods all night. So yeah, we're still on the one fish, and then today I've decided to go for a change of tactic. With me hearing fish crashing nearby, but nothing materialising in the night, I've decided it's time to make a change. So I've got both rods now on solid bags. So we're back on the solid bag business. It's no longer raining. It's a nice sunny day, so they're going to be a lot more pleasurable to use. And yeah, I'm back on the tried and tested solid bag approach. Large solid bags filled with a mixture of pellets, up to around 4 mil is what I'm using. Obviously supple braid for the hook link, inline lead, and then the hook bait, as usual. If you've been following me for a while, you'll already know this is a 10mm dumbbell wafter, which teamed up with a size 4 hook will just lift up the hair and waft around while the hook lays flat on the lake bed. So yeah, that's a bit of info about what I'm doing with the solid bags. And yeah, I've decided to change tactic. Where am I fishing with the rods? That's the next thing. Well, I'll show you. Bear with me. I'll just get closer. So yeah, there's the rods. There's also a rod over there in the reeds. That is a snapped rod that was snapped on this session. I'm not going to talk about that anymore because I'm pretty angry about it. But yeah, it happens. I think everyone snapped a rod at some point. So yeah, that's a rod that's snapped, that's in the reeds there. But yeah, back on where I'm fishing. So left hand rod is here in the open water, and that's the area that produced the fish yesterday. So yeah, that's where the solid bag has been put, and that is going to stay in for the rest of the day, obviously, unless something happens. And then the right hand rod, let's have a look where I've caught from before when I was on this peg in October, in line with the funky tree around here. So yeah, open water, and again, solid bag launched out there. Loads of water, no one on them pegs. There's someone right at the top end, but yeah, he's miles away. So I've got a lot of freedom, a lot of water, and a lot of options. So yeah, that's where I'm fishing with the 2 rods. There was a guy in that peg over there. He's had 4 fish in 3 days between himself and his wife, and he caught carp from the open water as well. Again, in a similar area to where my left hand rod is. So yeah, seems that's a good area. We've already caught 1 from there. So let's see if switching to solid bags makes a difference. So I'm going to kick back now, have something to eat, drink some coffee, watch the water, and of course, if it happens during the day, obviously I'll be right back at you. If not, my next update will be in the evening. You know what time it is? It's update time. So, as you can see, I'm no longer on George's Lake, and I'm now set up on Avoca Lake. So yeah, I fished hard all day on George's, using the solid bags as I said I was going to, but it just didn't happen. Wasn't happening at all. So yeah, to be honest, I started to get itchy feet, started to feel a bit negative, started to think that I needed to make something happen. So I reeled in around 5 o'clock, took the dog for a walk. I spoke to the other anglers that were on George's Lake at that time. All of them had blanked. So I decided to carry on walking to Avoca Lake. And yeah, when I got to Avoca Lake, there were a few fish cruising around, and there were 3 other anglers, all at the opposite end of the lake to where the fish were cruising around. So yeah, even though it was a lot of work and a lot of effort moving from George's to Avoca Lake, as far as I'm concerned, it was a no-brainer. I'm back on one of my favourite pegs on Avoca Lake, which is peg 5. So yeah, if you've been watching my videos for a while, you'll see some of the vlogs that I've done in this peg, and usually I catch fish when I'm in this peg. So yeah, it definitely was a no-brainer, but as I've said, it was a lot of work. I just hope that I'll be rewarded. But yeah, I've got over 2 nights on Avoca Lake now in this peg, and I'm definitely feeling positive. So it's around 8 o'clock. This is going to be my last update. Obviously, if it happens during the night, I'll be right back at you. If not, my next update will be in the morning. I'm on solid bags. Just before I go, I'll tell you the tactics. I'm on solid bags. I didn't feel there was any reason to change what I was doing. I didn't want to turn up on Avoca Lake and just start piling in loads of bait. I thought I'll tread softly, I'll fish solid bags on their own, and we'll see how the session unfolds now I'm on this lake. Where am I fishing? Well, the right hand rod I'll just move closer and then I can show you. So yeah, tip of that tree, I'm there in the open water, kind of in between the 3 islands. So yeah, I'm around here. Again, if you've watched some of my previous vlogs on this lake and in this peg, you'll know that I've caught plenty of fish from that area before. So yeah, that's where the right hand rod is, and then the left hand rod, I'll just pivot round here. So we've got peg 4, there's no one there. I've decided to cast this rod around a rod length off peg 4. So again, solid bag, fished on its own, and yeah, that's where the left hand rod is. So yeah, I've done something a bit different with that rod, gone quite close to the vacant peg. But yeah, it's a nice quiet bay over there, there's no one around, and yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if there were a few carp cruising around in that area. I've had fish topping over the right hand rod, which I'm not surprised about. They definitely like this area here in between the islands. It is a common thing when I fish this peg, but yeah, I've not seen anything in that bay, so I've basically took a bit of a gamble with the left hand rod just to try something different really. As I've said before, with me using solid bags, if fish start topping elsewhere in the bay, then the left hand rod will be reeled in, a fresh solid bag will be made up, and it'll be recast where the carp have topped. So yeah, I can change at the drop of a hat. I'm not committed to an area because I'm not heavy baiting. I'm just taking the roving approach, if you want to call it that. But yeah, that's where the left hand rod is for now. One more time to confirm, you've got peg 4, it's around a rod length off that peg. But yeah, as I've said, if fish start topping, for example, here or here or here, I can always reel in, put a fresh bag on and change where I'm fishing with the left hand rod. The right hand rod, as you can imagine, I'm very confident in it, so that's just going to stay out there unless fish start topping elsewhere again. Same process really for both rods. But yeah, the amount of fish I've seen topping in between those 3 islands, 99.9%, that rod's going to stay in that area, and I'm sure it's going to produce. So enough of me going on. I've had a busy day, I'm really tired, and so is my dog Rico. So yeah, I'm going to kick back, relax, watch the water, and of course, if it happens during the night, obviously I'll be right back at you. If not, my next update will be in the morning. Good morning everyone. So there's my dog Rico, and I'm sure you know what time it is. It's update time. So yeah, last night was completely dead, and yeah, it's a location issue because I was kept awake all night by fish relentlessly crashing at the top end of the lake. So where that right island is, on the right side of that island at the top end of the lake, on this side and over to that side in front of peg 1, they were crashing all night long, and I know that because it was literally keeping me awake. I also heard people's alarms going who were fishing at that end of the lake. It was the ones on my side, so I think it's pegs 8 and 9. You can't really see from here, but yeah, straight down there, pegs 8 and 9, I heard their alarms going. And yeah, it seems that it's all going on at that end of the lake, and this end of the lake seems totally devoid of fish. I'm sure there is the odd fish knocking around, but yeah, I definitely think the majority of the stock are at that end of the lake. So yeah, nothing's happened, and yeah, the fish are at the other end of the lake, it seems. So there's people in pegs 1 and 2, and there's people in pegs 8 and 9. If any of those people leave, I'll be getting in one of those pegs. So yeah, looks like I'm going to be moving again, but location is key, location is king, and if you're not on them, you need to get on them, and if you can't get on them, then you know, you can't catch fish that aren't there. So it's now around 10 AM. I'm hoping within the next few hours I'll see one of these bivvies come down and start getting dismantled, and then I can make my arrangements to move. But yeah, until then, I've just redone the rods because they might not even be going. I've not spoke to him. I'm happy with the rods out here, and I'm just going to wait and see if anyone starts taking the bivvy down, and then I can act on that. I definitely don't want to be pressuring people while they're fishing. It's not what it's about, and I wouldn't like it done to me, especially if you know, I was on fish and I wasn't leaving. So yeah, I'm going to kick back here, keep an eye on the bivvies, keep an eye on the water in front of me, because you never know, things could change, and I'll update you as I go. But yeah, I have just redone the rods. I've put the left hand rod down in this margin near that sunken tree you can see, and then the right hand rod, I've now cast that one, tip of that tree, I've cast it around here, just somewhere slightly different. Again, solid bags on their own, to hopefully nick a fish before I move, and also just to try some different spots, because nothing produced last night, as I've already said. So yeah, that's the latest. As always, I'll update you as I go on, but as it stands right now, I'm going to relax, drink some coffee, and yeah, fingers crossed I can move. Oh yes, after moving peg again, I finally caught a fish from Avoca Lake. £20 on the nose, and yeah, what an immaculate looking common. Fought like hell. I'll show you the other side. He's very lively, so I'm not going to keep him out too long, but yeah, that's the other side. Look at that, £20 on the nose, and yeah, I'm absolutely buzzing with this one. I'm now on peg 9, and yeah, it's looking like it's going to be a busy night. Peg 9 has paid off. So, as you've already seen, I've finally had a fish on Avoca Lake, and yeah, I'm really happy with my results on this session. As it stands right now, I've had one fish from George's Lake, one fish from Avoca Lake, and yeah, it's now around 8 PM on the final night of the 3-day session, so there's still time to hopefully catch a few more. I've really worked hard on this session. I moved from George's Lake to Avoca Lake. As you saw earlier, I originally set up on peg 5. I blanked in peg 5. I've now moved to peg 9, and yeah, I've caught one, and hopefully I can catch a few more. So yeah, I'm happy with my results on this session. As I've said, I've had to work really hard, but yeah, it's paid off, and there's still time to hopefully catch a few more. Tactics wise, I'm still on solid bags. I see no reason to change. That's what the common fell to, and yeah, I'm confident in solid bags, and I'm going to be sticking with solid bags on both rods. I've got my left hand rod out in open water, and I've got my right hand rod towards the margins, towards the reeds on the right in the corner, and that is the rod that produced the first fish, well, first fish for me on Avoca Lake. So yeah, both rods have now been redone, ready for the night ahead. So yeah, after I slipped back that common, I redid the same rod, and then I reeled in the left hand rod and redid that rod as well. So yeah, fresh solid bags have gone out, ready for the night ahead, and I'm feeling really confident. So as it stands right now, I'm going to relax, watch the water, and yeah, as usual, if it happens during the night, obviously I'll be right back at you. If not, my next update will be in the morning, and regardless of what happens during the night, when I update you in the morning, I'll show you more of peg 9. I'll show you where I caught the common from, and maybe I'll be showing you where I've caught a few other fish from as well. So yeah, fingers crossed it pays off again tonight. As I've said, I'm already happy with my results on this session, but yeah, I definitely feel that there is a few more fish on the cards tonight. Fish number 2 on Avoca Lake, and yeah, only a small one, but what a great looking mirror carp. Really nice scale pattern. I've not weighed this one, but I estimate it to be around 13 to 14 pounds. So yeah, not a massive one, not a big one, but definitely a beautiful one. Look at the scale pattern on that. Anyway, enough of me going on. I'm going to get this one slipped back. Fish number 3, and yeah, check out this chunky little mirror taken from a margin spot. And yeah, fish number 3 is kicking off. Fish number 3 on a Voca lake, should I say. Don't forget we caught one from George's when we first came. But yeah, 3 fish. Still time for a few more. I'll show you the other side. It's a good looking fish. Nice mirror. Look at that. Oh, here we go. It's a lively one. I weighed this one. Weighed in at 17 pounds. So yeah, short chunky fish. Gave me a really good fight. And yeah, made up. It's definitely coming together now, and there's still time for a few more. Yes. Okay then guys, as you can see, I'm no longer on the bank and I'm now back at home. So yeah, after slipping back the 3rd fish that I caught on a Voca lake, as you can imagine, I got the rod straight back out there, but nothing else happened. So yeah, I then went into a very deep sleep and I slept all the way through to around 12 o'clock, and then it was time to pack up and head home. I know that I did say I was going to show you more of Peg 9 and show you more of the areas that I was fishing from Peg 9, but to be honest, I was just too tired. The battery was low on my phone, so yeah, unfortunately, it just didn't happen. It's been a really hectic session in regards to moving lakes, moving pegs, and generally working really hard to make it happen. But yeah, it paid off, and I finished the session on a total of 4 fish, which was 1 fish from George's Lake and 3 fish from a Voca lake, with the biggest fish weighing in at 20 pounds. So yeah, it's definitely paid off, and I'm sure at some point in the future I'll be fishing from Peg 9 on a Voca lake, and I'll be able to show you more of that peg and the water that that peg offers then. But until then, this is me checking out. So as always, thank you for watching Carp Gurus, and remember, like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you don't miss out on all that carpy action.
Carp Gurus.